So in this section, we're going to cover a stretch called the 90-90 stretch. It's called the 90-90 because you'll have a 90-degree bend in your front knee and a 90-degree bend in your back knee. This is a fantastic position to stretch in, mainly because you get a lot for your time spent here. We're getting a lot of different positions stretched out. So front leg, we're getting external rotation of the hip. Back leg, we're getting internal rotation of the hip. On top of that, we're also getting abduction and adduction. So abduction and adduction. Abduction is opening up your leg. You're going to be using kind of like your glute muscles for that. And adduction is using what a lot of people just call their groin muscles. All right, so sitting here on both sides, you're doing a lot of stuff in a pretty quick amount of time. Important cues to follow in this position is, once again, making sure you're actually in a 90-90. I get a lot of people in this position initially, and they're pretty unaware of their body, so they're just not in a real 90-90. So just think about the corner of paper, or if you got a yoga block, just kind of do a quick check like that. Next, pretty easy to just get in a bad kind of text neck, rounded back position. So think about sitting tall and scooping your hips directly underneath the torso, or trying to almost like arch your low back. All right. After this, your back hip. You want to squeeze your glute and think about opening this hip. Imagine you took a Sharpie and put an X right in the middle of your thigh. You want that X facing forward. If you drop your back hip, that's going to rotate your leg and send that X towards the ceiling, or maybe the corner of the wall of the ceiling. So hip is forward. That's probably going to push you away. That's fine. You're going to have to use a hand or maybe two hands to stabilize yourself. All right? With the torso, we don't just want a tall chest. We want to imagine the belly button is being pulled forward on a string, and now we're in a really tight position. From here, we'll square up over the front leg and just with the tall spine, lean forward. Now, depending on who you are, you're going to feel this in a lot of different places, but ideally we're focusing on the outside of the hamstring, the glute muscle on the front leg. You might get a little something going on in your back as well. For the back leg, we'll rotate to face this back knee. Very common to rotate and allow this hip to move with you. Try to keep that from happening. So rotate, but keep this leg in a stiff position. All right? And again, we'll try to sit up as much as we can. If you're pretty flexible, you might be able to sit up without any arm support. Okay? Now, because this is a pretty tricky position, if you sat in a chair for 40 years, you might need to use a yoga block to sit on. Now it's far less of an extreme position. We've modified it a little bit. If you don't have a yoga block, they're like $7. You can use a textbook, get some towels that maybe aren't super fluffy, fold them up a couple times, stack a few on top of them, and boom, you got a better position. Okay, so fantastic stretch. You're going to have a tight side and a side that maybe isn't so bad. So if you set up on one side and then the other side is way different, make sure you follow those cues and you're in a good position. You're not cheating or compensating anywhere. All right. So the goal for today is to do 2 minutes of stretching on each side. Nice, easy belly breaths, trying to maintain this good posture. Front leg, maybe even rotating a little bit more to the right if you're on the right side, and left on the left side, and then focusing on this back leg. You can even throw in some reaching and some leaning with the arms to get some of the muscles surrounding the back of the rib cage going. All right, so again, watch your position, 2 minutes each side. If you have more time, maybe more, maybe do 2 minutes on the front, 2 minutes on the back, so 4 each side. All right, have fun, see you next time. Hey, what's up guys? So it's Everett. That was one of the videos from my hip mobility course available on my website. I'm going to link that up either in the description of this video or the first comment. It's 15 videos long, 2 hours of content, a little over 2 hours, and it's structured like an education course. So it's very progressive and organized in nature. I'm charging a whopping $29 for it. So if you have 29 bucks and you want better hips, you either sit in a chair all day or you like to do CrossFit or Spartan races, go ahead and pick it up. It's, again, training your mobility. So you just can't watch it once, do a couple stretches, and be good to go. You need to start doing it consistently. Doesn't mean you have to quit your job and do this type of training 8 hours a day, but again, consistency over a period of time. So you need to get started as soon as possible. If you don't have 29 bucks, no worries, just watch the channel. You know what to do. Subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. So, hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video, and have a good one.